Please welcome Dr. Michael Ewald and his beautiful wife, Karen. They have 3 children and 5 grandkids, and 1 strawberry bee. Together, they are building a huge Juice Plus and Tower Garden business side by side. Together, they are building a legacy of physical health and financial wealth for the next generations to come. Dr. Ewald has also collaborated with Beverly and GQ Johnny Grandison to create the largest Voxer We Have a Dream forum for the African American Plus community. Thank you, Dr. Michael and Karen, for being an inspiration to us all. Now, please give it up for Dr. Michael Ewald.
I am blown away by those pictures. Where did you get those? Has to be on Facebook, I guess. But I get up just seeing some of those pictures. What a blessing you guys are. I so appreciate this opportunity, and Beverly and GQ Johnny and the Hicks sisters. You guys are amazing. Everett, Lori Weeks, I love your Tower Gardens. I tell you, my background is in chiropractic. Love that profession. I've done that for 30 years. And prior to Juice Plus, my wife Karen and I, and really it was her influence that caused me to kind of clean up my diet and lifestyle. I will tell you, I'm not perfect. I still like some of my sweets and my breads. I know Lori was talking about the things that they've cut out, but I definitely eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And when we were introduced to Juice Plus, we actually came through that door. That was prior to the Tower Gardens. I thought, boy, fruits and vegetables in a capsule, that sounds too good to be true. And I told the folks, actually the wife of another chiropractor who introduced it to us, I said, I'll try your product, but I don't want anything to do with your stupid business. And that's just where I was at the time. We had actually had a bad experience in chiropractic college with another kind of what I thought this was, but loved the concept. And of course, I knew enough to register my whole family. I registered with the company on all 5 of us. I have 3 children and 6 grandbabies now, but we all got on the product. And I can't tell you that I noticed anything miraculous. I did notice like my hair and my fingernails seemed healthier at the time. But for me, what really caught my attention was our oldest son at the time. He would have been around 12 or 13. He was having a little bit of acne. And it was frustrating because we were eating well and, doing a lot of the right stuff, but he still had this acne. But after about 3 months of eating Juice Plus, his face cleared up. And, I would not say that Juice Plus cures acne. It doesn't, anything for that matter. Your body is the cure. But when you give it the right nutrition and, you're doing simple things like drinking water and getting sleep and exercise, good things happen. But it had to be the Juice Plus in his case, because we had done nothing different. So it was really that experience that caused me to check out the company more seriously. We went to a conference in San Diego in March of '99, really to get away from Ohio in March, but we went to check it out. And I was so impressed with the Juice Plus company. It wasn't a lot of hype. It wasn't anything like that. It was just good people surrounded by a great product. And what I love about Juice Plus is they have research to back up, their products, including the Tower Garden. I'll touch on that in just a bit, but I was impressed. And it was really that conference that caused us to seriously start sharing this with anyone and everyone, that would listen. And really what I've learned in 30 years of treating patients is what ails most of us is really a lack of produce in our diet. You can talk about any disease process, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, whatever you want to talk about. I can just about guarantee that in your diet, you're probably not eating a lot of produce. And of course, what they're telling us now is you should be eating 9 or more servings of fresh raw fruits and vegetables a day, not a month, but a day. And, if you're like me, it's just mind blowing, but that's what the experts are telling us. And, Juice Plus is not in place of eating right. It's kind of that next best step, kind of bridges the gap between what we should be eating and what we actually do. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know I'm not sure how long now, 10 years, 12 years now, the Tower Garden's been out. But I will tell you, when that came out, and thankfully I'm not in charge of this company, I thought it was the silliest idea, to be honest with you. How can you grow produce in air and water? And I just thought, this is going to be the worst idea you guys have ever come up with. And again, thankfully, I'm not the sharpest tack in this company, but it has become a huge success. And I've gone from being very skeptical to now I drive around in an old van, to schools and nursing homes and whoever will listen. I love these tower gardens. And, it's simple. It's basically air, water, as Adrian and Johnny talked about. There's very few moving parts. You've got a pump in the reservoir in the bottom, which pumps water up to the shower cap. And there was a study actually at the University of Mississippi that showed the tower garden produce compared to the same produce grown in the most nutrient dense soil actually tasted better and was more nutrient dense. So when you eat off of a tower garden, you're getting better tasting food as well as more nutritious food than what we're growing in the dirt. And we also know that in about 60 years, and this is kind of a scary fact, but in 60 years, we're not going to be able to grow nutritious food because of depletion of the soil and overproducing of the soil. It's kind of a scary thought, but we need to come up with some cutting edge ideas. And of course, Tim Blank, who developed a lot of Epcot, a lot of Disney's land and water products, he's the one that came up with this wonderful tower garden. And then the Juice Plus company was able to purchase that off of him. And if you're like us, we don't have a lot of time. I used to be a big gardener. We would put out the big garden and that was great, but it was a lot of work, a lot of weeding, and it just wasn't practical for our lifestyle. And because of the tower garden, you're able to, we usually have 2 going at any one time year round. You could actually grow in Ohio in the winter time. And it's so simple. It's kind of growing for dummies, to be honest with you. You can't really mess it up. You add your water, your tower tonic, which is the food that fuels all of the produce. And then you check your pH, very easy. And you may need to alter that a little bit, but it's so simple. Our grandkids actually take care of our towers. They check the pH, they do it all. And it's been the simplest, best tool. I don't know, Adrian, if you said it or Marla, and I agree. I liken the tower garden to your refrigerator. Everybody has to have a refrigerator. I think everybody should own a tower garden or 2 if you can. It's just a great investment. Again, it's simple, and the quality of the plastic that goes into the tower garden, it's heavy duty food grade PVC. If you take care of it, it has a shelf life of about 100 years. So it's going to outlast most of us, and probably the best investment that you can make. And I look at my family history. My father, first symptom of a health issue was a sudden heart attack that took his life at the young age of 46. His dad was 53 when he passed away from a heart attack. And I can tell you, I won't tell you my age, but my twin brother, Mark, is 60 years young. And, if genetics had everything to do with it, we're living on borrowed time. And I can also tell you that Mark my twin brother continues to eat how we were raised. I was raised on meat and potatoes, and I like that stuff. We don't eat a lot of that anymore, but I will tell you that I like that stuff. But he continues to eat that way. I do eat a lot of produce. I've been taking my Juice Plus for 24 years now, and I'm not on any prescription drugs. Mark's taken high blood pressure, cholesterol. He's had 19 colonoscopies for precancerous polyps. And just I share that, and he knows that I share this, but I share that to let you know that if you have a genetic history like my family, if you're dealing with heart disease, diabetes, cancer, just know that diet and lifestyle trumps genetics. We're all going to die of something, but the goal for all of us should be to live long and die short. And that's my goal. And hopefully that's, your goal for the guest, on this wonderful event. I would challenge you. I would encourage you to check out the Tower Garden, check out the Juice Plus. They have fruit, vegetable, berry capsules. They've got soft chews. They've got a beautiful blend of omegas, plant-based omegas, which is great for the environment. And I believe it's better than the fish oil omegas. And then we have a plant protein, the complete, and then the tower garden. And if you guys saw the flyer, there's a picture of me in a bike shirt, and I'm holding all kinds of veggies from the tower garden. And that was 5 years ago that picture was taken. And I was getting ready to go on a little bicycle ride. I rode from Dayton, Ohio. I went all the way to the East Coast through Virginia and West Virginia, or West Virginia and Virginia. I got on Highway 1, and I rode all the way down to Florida on Route 1. But it was over 1,500 miles on a bicycle. And, 55 years young, I was doing that. And I really attribute Juice Plus and the Juice Plus Tower Garden to actually being able to say that I felt better at the end of that trip than I did at the beginning. So I don't know where you guys are at on this health journey. I know we're all, at different points. Again, it's not about being perfect, but, a simple first step is adding Juice Plus to your diet. And I would strongly encourage you to look at purchasing a tower garden. It's the simplest, easiest way to begin a healthier journey. And I guarantee if you have little people around, they're going to love it. And what we know too is if you guys probably don't have any kids that have a hard time eating vegetables, right? Nobody has that issue, but kids aren't raised on fruits and vegetables today. So when you go to try to make some changes and try to get them to eat more produce, it's hard. But what we know is when they start eating and when they start taking ownership of planting a seed in a tower, watching it grow, I guarantee they're going to be more likely to try that lettuce or that spinach or that cucumber, whatever it is that you like. It will excite them and it will cause them to start eating better. So I could go on and on about the towers. I'd love to take you down to mine right now. It's pretty out of control, but it's just a beautiful thing. And I love what you ladies are doing to get this message out. I noticed the last meeting I was on, you guys shared about the Green Bronx machine. I am so proud to be associated with folks like that are just making a huge difference, and especially from being from the Bronx. Adrian, I know that's a big heart concern of yours, but anywhere, I don't care if you're inner city, wherever you live, you can grow your own produce, and you can grow indoors with our grow light. So no excuses, only priorities. What are your priorities? Do you want to live long and die short? If so, let's grab onto our Juice Plus and definitely our tower gardens. They're amazing.